It is a familiar name, Ayman al-Zawahiri, now taking over for Osama bin Laden. He's been a U.S. target for years. CBS's Dana Lewis is in London with the very latest. Good morning.
Hi, Erica. I can tell you a senior American intelligence source told me we have long considered al-Qaeda's number 2, Ayman al-Zawahiri, the man who has pulled the trigger on bloody operations, one of our prime targets in the fight against terror. And now he is number 1 on America's capture or kill list.
Al-Qaeda is struggling to regroup, quickly naming its number 2 to take over for Osama bin Laden, killed by American special forces last month. Ayman Zawahiri is no stranger. He has often appeared in Al-Qaeda's video messages promising more terror, taking a higher profile as bin Laden faded from view. Today, the Al-Qaeda's main propaganda site, Shomouk al-Islam, announced Zawahiri was taking up Al-Qaeda's leadership, saying he had been entrusted with the role of the organization's emir, chosen, it said, by the organization's general command.
It will definitely radicalize Al-Qaeda. Ayman al-Zawahiri is the practical brain, the operational brain of Al-Qaeda.
Born in Egypt, a surgeon by training, he and bin Laden first met in the mountains of Afghanistan fighting the Soviets. They became a tandem of terror, plotting operations from Sudan and then from Afghanistan under the welcome umbrella of the Taliban, where they plotted 9/11. Just last week, Zawahiri appeared in a videotape eulogizing bin Laden, boasting of what he called a jihadist renaissance, a worldwide Muslim rebellion. The FBI has a $25 million price on his head, singling him out for the bombings of the U.S. embassies in Tanzania and Kenya in 1998. He is thought to have organized the attack on the USS Cole off Yemen in 2000. Zawahiri has a resume of terror that stretches from Africa to Asia, across Europe and to America. U.S. forces have come close to capturing him in 2003 and killing him in 2004, both times in Pakistan. He is thought to still be hiding there.
Zawahiri's wife and 2 of his 6 children were killed in the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan in 2001. He is not only an ideological leader of al-Qaeda, but a tactician of terror who said he wants to inflict as many casualties as possible on America. Erica?
Dana Lewis in London this morning. Dana, thanks. I want to turn now to Washington, where we find CBS News national security analyst Juan Zarate. Juan, good morning.
Good morning, Erica.
It's not exactly an unexpected move, but give us an idea. Does this change much for the organization and al-Qaeda's focus?
You're right, Erica. This isn't a surprise for al-Qaeda. Zawahiri was their longtime number 2, an ideological heavyweight for al-Qaeda. But in many ways, it was important that al-Qaeda name a leader now, as al-Qaeda is reeling from the loss of bin Laden, as well as its ideology being sidelined during the Arab Spring. And so, in some ways, Zawahiri will try to keep the group cohesive, focused on its strategic goals, and certainly still focused on attacking the West.
Is this going to be, I mean, should there be any increased concern among Americans or other countries in the West that he will want to in some way put his mark on the organization?
I think that's right. I think, will want to prove his leadership, will certainly want to demonstrate a reprisal for the death of bin Laden, marking action in the wake of his promises for that action and terror. And so, yes, I think we should be concerned. The other thing I think we should watch for, Erica, is Zawahiri will want to reassert al-Qaeda in the Middle East in the wake of the Arab popular uprisings. He's Egyptian, after all, and has focused much of his attention in the past on Egypt and al-Qaeda's role in that part of the world.
What about the group al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula? Because we've talked a lot about that over the last few months, a fairly dangerous branch, especially these days. How much connection is there between al-Qaeda and al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula?
Well, the leader of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, Nasser al-Waishi, is a longtime al-Qaeda member, a friend of bin Laden's, personal secretary of his, and there are connections. But this demonstrates one of the challenges Zawahiri will have. He is no bin Laden. It's going to be difficult to fill his shoes and to keep the movement cohesive around the world. And so this move is not just about leadership, but it's also a question of loyalty. And the question will be, can al-Qaeda remain a cohesive movement? Will the groups in places like Yemen remain loyal to his vision and to his direction?
And we will be watching all that with you. Juan Zarate, good to have you with us. Thanks.